Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by excellearningzone.com. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. This is part 2 of my account balances in Excel series. So if you haven't watched part 1 yet, go watch part 1 first. What are you doing here? Go watch part 1. Go. Beat it. Scram. Here's a link. You'll find it on my YouTube channel. You'll find it on my website. It's free. And you'll find a link down below you can click on. So go watch that and then come on back. Okay, so here we are back in our sheet, and we're continuing on from yesterday. First thing we're going to do is save our work because I forgot to save it in the last video. So click here where it says Book 1, and we'll just type in Account Balances. And then press Enter. And there you go. That's it. It's saved. It's in your OneDrive. That's the default location. All right, if you want to browse your OneDrive, click right here. It'll take you through browsing all that, but you don't have to do that right now. When you're working with the online version and with the local version too, there's an autosave feature that happens every, so often. But it's still a good idea to manually save your work once in a while. Next up, I like to personally color code my accounts. It just makes things easier. Plus over here, it's easier to see like, okay, these are Amex related. This is IRA related, whatever. So like we'll do PayPal. They have like a blue color like that. And we'll do white for the front. All right, regions is like a greenish. We'll do that with white. Amex, I go with the platinum color. Let's go with like that. Okay, Capital One's kind of reddish, so we'll do them. Let's pick this, but we don't want that. We don't want that crazy red. So we're gonna go to more colors and lighten it up a little bit. Maybe over here. That looks better. Fidelity is green, but we don't want to use the same green as that one, so we'll pick a light green like that. Mortgage, I don't know, black, because, it's the mortgage. Okay, so there you go. Now what I want to do is color the stuff over here the same as over here. All right, so I can quickly visually see. And I generally do it like wherever the account that you're paying into is. So for example, I'll do these as both the Amex color, right? These will be both the Fidelity color. Even though it's coming out of Regions Checking, this is an Amex transaction, right? Okay, makes it easier to see everything. Now, I don't want to have to pick those colors again because I already got them. So I'm going to take this Amex color and use the format painter, this guy, and paint over this stuff. Just these. Okay? That makes it easy to see pairs. And then I'll do the same thing with Fidelity, right? Here's Fidelity, format painter, and paint over these guys. Okay? I cover the format painter and lots of other cool, like formatting, headers and footers, freezing panes, all that kind of stuff. In Excel Beginner Level 5. You'll find a link to that down below. Lots of cool stuff. Like I said, in this video, I'm only showing you the basics, just the real quick stuff. But now, let's see if you do another transaction. We'll do 5. Let's say transfer. Oh, see, Phil saw it. Ignore that. I hate that. We'll do transfer to. Now, see, I typed in transfer to, and that thing came up. But I'm going to say in here transfer to PayPal. Okay, this is going to be going into PayPal. Let's say we're transferring 150. Okay. And then 6, same thing. I don't want that. Turn that off. Go away. Transfer to PayPal. And it's coming out of, this time it's coming out of Regions Checking again. Right? Minus 150. And now I want to use the format painter and paint over this stuff. So I can see that's my PayPal transaction. Okay, it just makes it easier. And in the future, you want to keep copying those because, again, you'll leave these here for transactions that you use on a regular basis. For the one-ups, I don't even bother coloring them. I just leave them white. All right, next up is some conditional formatting. I want positive values in here to show up green and negative values to show up red. We can do that with some conditional formatting. Now, one thing is when you start Excel, usually you get this minimized single row ribbon. I like to turn the big ribbon on for stuff like this. Go to the classic ribbon over here. And you'll see this thing. It looks more like the full-sized ribbon in Excel. Close it if you want to, if space is, a concern. Like here when I'm recording videos, I got my browsers in this little tiny window because that's the size I record. I record 720p video, but on my full screen, I got a big giant monitor on my desk. I leave the big ribbon on most of the time. Now I have a whole separate video on conditional formatting. You can go watch this. This is a free one. And I also cover it in my Excel Beginner Level 2 class. Now, Beginner Level 2 follows Beginner Level 1. Beginner Level 1 is the free one. Level 2 is just $1. And it's also free for all members on my YouTube channel and on my website. So if you want more information on that, let me know, and I'll hook you up with it. But conditional formatting is what it says. It will format the cells conditionally based on whatever condition you give them. All right. So negative numbers less than 0 are going to be red. Positive numbers greater than 0 will be 1. And 0 will just leave 0 alone. Right. All right. So highlight these cells right here. Conditional formatting. We're going to pick highlight cells rules and then greater than. Okay, that's going to open up this guy. Now it opens up a window in the desktop version of Excel, but this online version opens up this pane over here. All right, the range D2 to H7, that's fine. Highlight cells with, that's going to be cell value greater than, and in here put 0. Okay, now right here you can change the format. Just drop this down, and green, this one right here, there's already some pre-formatted formats in here. I like this green and this red, so we'll pick this green. You could change it more if you want to with the colors and stuff right here. That's fine. Now I'm going to hit done. And look at that. You can see over here all the positive values are now green. But hold on, we're not done. We're going to add another value right there, new rule. All right. Cell value less than 0. And we're going to leave that red one here now this time. And then hit done. And there you go. Close that. And there's your conditional formatting. Super easy to do. Okay? And while we're at it, I want to format these as well. Now, I don't want to go through those steps again, so what will I use? The Format Painter. Pick any one of these cells, click on the Format Painter, and then paint over this region here. And there you go. There's your pluses and minuses. Super sweet, huh? I forgot some alignments over here. Click on this one. We're going to right align that one. Actually, no, we're going to left align that one. We're going to right align these. There we go. All right, next up, we're going to turn each of these sections into what are called tables. Now, tables have a lot of benefits, and I covered tables in detail in my Excel Beginner Level 4 class working with data tables. There's a lot of benefits with tables. For example, in the old days, if you wanted to sort something, let's say you wanted to sort by credit or the actual balance, whatever. If you just sorted this, right, picked sort, it would literally just sort that column and everything else would get scrambled. That's not so much a problem anymore because Excel's gotten a lot smarter and it can see that that's kind of a table right there. But there's a lot of other benefits too. For example, inserting rows. Let's say you want to insert something above capital 1, right? If I insert a row here, right click, insert a row, what did I just do? Well, I inserted it over here. I also inserted a row over here. It's one big row, right? Excel doesn't see a difference. So I'm going to undo that, Control Z. And basically, tables allow you to insert and delete rows in just that area that you've got marked as a table. And they're real easy to set up. All you do is select the outer boundary of your table, go Format as Table, and then pick a style. I'm going to go with this one. Okay. Format as Table, A1 to I7. That seems about right. Yep. Table has headers. Yep, that's a header row. And then hit OK. And there you go. It expands it a little bit. And also what it does is it gives you these little drop-down boxes here. So now you can filter and sort based on the data in that table, right? You can do a quick sort there, or you can come over here and say, I want to filter it. I only want to see bank items, hit apply. The data's still there, it's just filtered. Okay, want to remove that filter, drop that down, and then select all, and then hit apply. And there you go. I'll go back to your original custom sort. This is why I like the custom sort over here, right? Drop that down. Sort smallest to largest, and now I'm back to my way I like to see them. Okay? Now we can treat this guy as a table over here as well. All right, Format as Table. Pick, let's do the blue one. Okay? There. And I'm going to get rid of that custom color that I put up here before by just dropping this down and picking no fill. And then you'll get whatever the default was for that particular table style. I cover styles in one of my future classes as well. Looks like that's beginner 3. So I used to have to say in the old days, I used to say, we'll cover that in a future class. Now I've got all those classes recorded. So now I can just tell you, if you want to learn more about it, go here. That was the biggest complaint in the surveys that people used to fill out of when I first started doing this. Because I can't teach you everything at once, right? It's got to be, I got to spread it out because that's how the brain works, right? All right, but now if you want to insert a row somewhere, you can just come here, right click, right? And then go Insert Table Rows Above. Look at that, it inserts it just here for you, right? And now if you want, you can put in here. See, here's what I like to do with the sorting. So let's say I added a regions account. All right, I'll make this 3, and this could be regions saving, let's say, bank. Maybe I got $2,000 in there. Okay, notice all of your conditional formatting and stuff will copy down too, because this is a table. Okay, but now these are 1, 2, 3. So I want to keep that numbering going. So now I'm going to select 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to click this guy, the autofill handle, drag it down, and they'll get renumbered 4, 5, 6, 7. See, now I still keep my custom order there. All right. Most importantly, when I inserted that row, it didn't insert it into this table because it sees these as 2 separate entities. And sometimes you want that. Sometimes you want things on different sheets. Sometimes you want to see them side by side. Like I said last video, this is something I like to see side by side. And a little side note, sidebar, if you're planning on eventually upgrading from Excel to Access, as a lot of people do, if you have your data in Excel in tables, it becomes a lot easier to move up to Access too. There's some benefits there. All right, how about some totals down here on the bottom for our different types of accounts? I want to see what the total is for my bank accounts, my credit accounts, my investment accounts. Okay, so I'll come down here and let's go totals. Okay, and I'm going to copy each one of the types of accounts. So we got bank, put bank there, or you could put it on the same line. That's fine. Bank, we got credit, we got investment and loan. Just copying and pasting those down there. Okay, and I see it brought in the table format with that. So I don't like that brought that green down with it. See, because there's a format on there. So I'm going to click on a blank cell. I'm going to hit the format painter and just paint over those, and that will get rid of that. Okay, but that happened to be a a right justified cell, so we'll make that go back to left. But it gets rid of the outlining. Okay, so here I want to put the total of the actual amount if this column says bank in it. So again, we're going to go back to our SUMIFS function, right? Equals SUMIFS. Okay, what's the sum range? I'm going to click show less so I can see it. All right, the sum range is this range right here. Now notice something happened. When I selected that, instead of getting the whole column, right, which you don't want to do with a table, look at there, it says table 1 actual. This is table 1, Excel named it, right? And it uses the column header actual. That's pretty cool. All right, now hit comma. What's the criteria range? The list of criteria. That's over here. Okay, table 1 type, comma, and what value in that criteria range am I looking for? I'm looking for bank. Okay, close it up, press enter, and look at that, $39.80 for these 3 bank accounts. $2,000, $3,980. That seems about right, right? And if you select these, it'll tell you down here sum $39.80. There you go. All right, now we can autofill this down, and there you go. All right, maybe a little conditional formatting, format paste, click and drag, boom. There you go. Right, make this gray, I don't know, give it something to differentiate it. Where are we at here? This guy. All right. Put a box around this if you want to. I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff you could do. There's your totals. Now, this new conditional format, since we changed to tables, or not conditional format, SUMIFS, excuse me. Let's change our SUMIFS in here, because this is still using the complete column. All right, let's change that. So let's get rid of this. So this is N, which is over here, right? Then M, then B2. All right, so let's change this. So we're going to select all that, delete. We're going to select, okay, what's the sum range? The sum range is here. And notice it changed to table 2 amount. That's table 2 over there on that side, comma. The criteria range is the account right there, comma, and the value we're looking for is that guy, type. All right, close it up, press enter, and notice now it changed. No, didn't get it right though. Hold on, I messed it up. Oh, that's my bad. That's my bad. I picked type. Good thing I made that mistake. I'll leave that in there for you to see. Sometimes if I make a mistake in a video, chances are you might make that same mistake. So I like to leave those mistakes in the video. That was just careless typing, all right, or careless picking of cells. So this shouldn't be the type. This should be the account right there. Account. Close that, enter, boom, there you go. All right, 150, 650 looks about right. And notice every cell in that entire column was updated. because that's how tables work also. All right, if you want to add something else over here, just type in the row right below the table and it will expand the table for you. Put a 7 in there, tab. All right, notice how the border around that table expanded. Right, payment to cap 1. Okay, where is it going to? Capital 1, copy, paste. How much? What do we owe? $40 at the end of this. All right, so 40 today. Enter. All right, come back over here. We're going to go 8. Payment to cap 1. And then it's coming from regions checking. And that'll be minus 40. And now I'm going to format paint the capital 1 colors over this whole area here. I know that's capital 1 stuff. Okay. Notice that conditional formatting came down for us automatically because it sees it's a table. All right, got a mortgage payment. We'll do 9. We'll do 10. We'll do them at the same time. All right, mortgage payment. Mortgage payment. All right, it's going to go into the mortgage. And it's coming out of regions, let's say savings this time. Okay. And again, you should get in the habit of copying and pasting and not typing like I did, unless yours are really simple. The mortgage color is that. And we'll do this. Okay. And we'll say this was, I don't know, 2750 and negative 2750. And put your dates in there. And there you go. And now you can easily see what's going on over here, right? You can see, okay, you can already see I made that payment. It hasn't posted yet. You're looking at your savings account balance, and you say, oh, wait a minute, I got a problem. This is the column you want to be looking at to make sure nothing's in the red over here. In fact, in my personal spreadsheet, I changed it so that I changed my conditional formatting a little bit. So if this actual goes below 500, oh, someone's beaming in. Then it'll go red for under 500. I try to keep 500 as like the minimum for all my accounts. So if it goes below that, then it's like, oh, wait a minute, better do something fast, right? Maybe we can put our date in there. So if you like this stuff and you want to learn more, again, if you haven't watched my Excel Beginner 1 class, it's free. Go watch that. Beginner 2 covers autofill. 3 and 4 got lots of great stuff in them too. Tables in Beginner 4. SUMIFS is an Expert 5. We got drop-down lists in Expert 10, all kinds of stuff. I got lots of Excel classes. I got 5 beginner classes, and I got 11 expert classes, and I'm currently in the process of re-recording all of these for the latest version. It's currently 2023. So all the stuff that I cover in these older versions work just fine. Excel really hasn't changed much. They've added some new stuff to it, and I've got separate videos for the things they've added. Like when they added XLOOKUP, I made this lesson. XLOOKUPs are really cool. But all the older stuff is still just fine. They've been using it for 30 years, and not a lot of this stuff changes. Pivot tables and the financial functions and dates and times, all this stuff's all the same. They can't change it because then they're going to make everybody mad, right? So if you learned something in 1996, chances are it still works today in Excel. All right, like I said, now in tomorrow's video, we're going to start building the same exact thing in Microsoft Access for those of you who are Access folks. So it's good to learn how to do it in Excel too, because if you want to teach someone else, like I had to teach Lauren how to do this, right? Now she can watch this. If you got to teach, some of your coworkers or your mom or something how to basically track their finances in Excel, this is much easier for people who don't want to be computer gurus, right? But since I know most of my students are Excel nerds, we're going to be doing this tomorrow in Excel and doing some additional cool things that you can't do in Excel that you can do in Access. If I said we're doing it in Excel earlier, I apologize. Okay. So that's going to do it for part 2 of account balances. I'm not going to rule out part 3, but I have nothing else planned at this point except the Access stuff. So if there are things that you want to see me add to this, let me know. And if enough of you are interested, post comments down below. If enough of you are interested, you have stuff you want to see, you have questions, maybe there will be a part 3. I don't know. Squeaky wheel gets the grease. So the more times people request something, the more likely I am to take the time to record a video about it. All right. So there you go. There's your tech help video for today. I hope you learned something. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time. How do you become a member? Click the join button below the video. After you click the join button, you'll see a list of all the different membership levels that are available, each with its own special perks. Silver members and up will get access to all of my extended cut Tech Help videos, live video and chat sessions, and other perks. Gold members get access to download all of the sample spreadsheets that I build in my Tech Help videos, plus my code vault where I keep tons of different functions that I use, and more. Platinum members get access to all the previous perks, plus all of my beginner full courses and one new expert course every week. These are the full-length courses found on my website, and not just for Excel. I also teach Word, Access, Visual Basic, ASP, and lots more. Now, when you do sign up to become a member, I need you to email me and tell me I want more Excel. The vast majority of my videos are for Microsoft Access because that's on my focus for the past few years. However, I'm happy to add more Excel videos if I get more Excel members. So make your voice heard, and I'll make lots more Tech Help lessons for Excel. But don't worry, these free Tech Help videos are going to keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making more, and they'll always be free. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and post any comments that you have. I do try to read and answer all of them as soon as I can. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. Click the bell icon to select all and receive notifications when new videos are posted. Want to learn more? If you're watching this video on YouTube, just click the Show More link below the video to find additional resources and links. You'll see a list of other related videos, additional information on the current topic, free lessons, and lots more. YouTube no longer sends out email notifications when new videos are posted, so if you'd like to get an email every time I post a new video, click on the link to join my mailing list. If you have not yet tried my free Excel Level 1 course, check it out now. It's over 90 minutes long, and it covers all the basics of using Microsoft Excel. And if you like Level 1, Level 2 is just $1, and it's free for all members of my channel at any level, even supporters. Just email me and let me know you signed up as a member. Want to have your question answered in a video just like this one? Visit my Tech Help page, and you can send me your question there. And while you're on my website, be sure to stop by and check out my Excel forum. Be sure to follow my blog, and of course you can find me on Twitter and YouTube. And as always, thanks for learning with ExcelLearningZone.com. I'm Richard Rost. See you next time.